Hello, people. Today we are listening to or watching his story. He's verified. He has 3.8 million subscribers, so I'm pretty sure he has like the silver play button or something. Anyways, let's get into this.
My girlfriend tried to kill all three of us on the highway over a joke I made about her driving.
That's a very dick move.
I'd been making fun of her driving all morning. At the gas station, I'd told her my side chick parks better than that, and
So he's a cheetah.
laughed. She didn't laugh, but I didn't think much of it. My best friend Dave was in the back seat the whole time laughing while recording on his phone. Then on the ramp, I looked back at Dave and joked, "Buckle up, bro," like she was
Also, why is his eyes two different colors?
about to crash. That's when she lost it. She pulled her foot off the gas and turned to look at me. "You think that's funny? You think I'm a joke?" I told her I was.
Also, damn bro fumbled the bag. Like, that chick ugly as hell. I'd rather fight every Dark Soul boss IRL than marry her.
Playing, but she didn't care. "You think I'm a bad driver? Watch me drive bad." She floored it. The car shot forward and I grabbed the door handle. "Pull over. I'm serious. Pull over." She cut across 2 lanes without looking and I grabbed the dash. She looked at me for too long and the car started drifting toward the barrier. I reached for the wheel and she shoved my hand off. "I'm gonna kill all 3 of us." Dave was in the back seat with his eyes closed, mouthing a prayer. His phone was glowing on the seat next to him where he'd dropped it. She was doing 100. "Y'all think I'm playing? Think I'm a joke?" I kept my voice low, trying to calm her down. "Please, just slow down." She jerked the car aggressively. "Y'all want
And then they all died. The end.
to see a joke? Watch this." She hit 110 on a straight stretch, and everything in the car rattled. I felt my life flash before my eyes and looked at her pleading with everything I had, but her knuckles were white on the wheel and her eyes weren't blinking. She wasn't there anymore. Then the lights hit us from everywhere at once. 4 patrol cars came in from every angle before she could react. One hit the rear quarter panel and the car spun across the shoulder and into the grass. My head hit the window. Officers were at every door with their lights in our faces before the engine stopped. "Hands up, hands where we can see them."
And then she got shot and arrested.
They pulled her door open and dragged her out onto the grass. She was still screaming when they got the cuffs on her. Dave stepped out with his hands up and put his phone in his pocket. I texted them our location and plate number when she first hit 90.
Bro, Dave is an absolute Chad. Guys, he genuinely saved all of them. Amazing. Round of applause for Dave, please. Round of applause for him, please.
I looked at him, and he just shrugged. "I wasn't about to die in this car, bro." My girlfriend tried to. The owner of my favorite restaurant refused to serve me because of my wheelchair. He crouched down to my eye level, smiled condescendingly, and told me this wasn't the place for people like me. My heart sank because I'd been coming to Marino's every Friday for 8 years. The old owner.
So now he's being, I don't know, disableist towards him.
Richard personally knew my name and order.
So wait a minute. I didn't realize he was disabled. His back is clapping for the sun.
As it was the one place on earth I felt normal. I stared at the new owner and shrugged in my wheelchair. "Why not?" He scrunched his nose at my chair like it disgusted him. "We've made some appearance-based changes. I'm sure you understand." I shook my head and pointed at the booth I'd sat every Friday for years. Richard never had a problem with me here. Then Richard liked running a circus. He crossed his arms. "I'm not having freaks in my dining room." I felt my face go red as flashbacks of kids bullying my wheelchair in school hit me so hard I gripped my wheelchair to steady myself. That's when the owner slapped my hands away from my own chair.
Assault! Physical assault. Perfect. Jail time. Yes, him? Officer, yes, arrest him, please.
"Since you refuse to leave, I'll help you." He grabbed the handles of my wheelchair and started rolling me towards the exit. My face burned, and I grabbed for the wheels to stop him, but he pushed harder. I felt myself lose balance and dropped from my chair. My face hit the floor hard as I knocked over a glass of water, and I heard the wheelchair screech behind me. The whole restaurant stopped. These people had seen me dining here for 8 years, but nobody did a thing. I dragged myself across the floor with my arms and hauled my own body back into the chair. My hands were shaking, but the owner didn't even say sorry. He just grabbed my chair and continued wheeling me out. But this time, I didn't resist. I pulled out my phone and dialed loudly. The new owner laughed. "Go ahead, call whoever you want," and shut the door behind me. But 15 minutes later, the restaurant door opened. I rolled in, with Richard rolling in with his wheelchair.
Richard looks like an absolute Chad. I bet Richard's gonna get him fired somehow.
Directly behind me. "I used to own this place," he announced while I crossed my arms. The new owner laughed. "That doesn't matter anymore," Richard scoffed. "Actually, it does." He pulled out a contract. "I own every Marinos in the state. I'm your boss." The new owner's face drained of color and his legs buckled. "I'm sorry," but Richard cut him off. "I built this place so people like us had somewhere to eat. You're fired." I grinned and
oh damn, it's almost like I've seen this one before.
wheeled past the owner into my booth. I watched as he turned to pack his things, and that's when I saw his foot slip on the water I had spilled. His leg twisted, and he fell backwards spine first. I saw him next Friday, rolling in a wheelchair to finish packing his things. The owner of
Alright, cool. Three disabled people in one video. Perfect.
My dad pointed at his brand new lawnmower and demanded, "Mow the whole lawn before I get back, and whatever you do, do not crash it into anything." Then he drove off, but I'm only 12 and had no idea how to mow a lawn.
Okay. Firstly, dude should have told his child how to mow the lawn. Also, I thought you were disabled, Mr. His YT story. Is there something you want to tell us?
And his car was gone. I yanked the cord and the mower roared. But before I could figure out the controls, it lurched forward uncontrollably and dragged me straight across the yard. I screamed
Yeah, it kind of looks like you're walking with it.
and pulled back as hard as I could, but it wouldn't stop, so I let go. And it tore through our neighbor's fence, straight into his backyard, and it finally stalled out. My balls dropped. If
You are what?
my dad or the neighbor saw what I did, I'd be dead before my first kiss. I ran through the hole in the fence and grabbed the mower, but the second I touched it, my hand knocked the throttle and it lurched forward. "Oh, crap," I whispered.
Crap! Does he have speech impediment? Huh? And 9 times out of 10, I bet this dude has speech impediment.
As the uncontrolled beast dragged me across the neighbor's yard. I hauled back on the handle to turn it, but I yanked too hard and it whipped sideways, plowing through another fence panel. I looked behind me and half the fence was gone. My heart slammed.
That looks like less than half your fence gone, bro.
I threw all my weight backward to drag it to a stop, but it just kept pulling me along. So I gripped the handle with both hands and wrenched it, and it swerved back toward my own lawn. It kept going in circles frantically, and I dug in with everything I had, barely steering it away from hitting the side
To be honest, his animation style looks like it was made in Blender.
of my house. I pulled every lever I could find, but nothing worked to turn it off. Just then, my dad stepped out of his car, and before I could scream a warning, the mower plowed right into him and knocked him down. He scrambled up.
If it plowed into him, it would be a Final Destination death, right?
Red-faced, grabbed the mower, and flicked one switch. It turned off instantly. I froze, panting, as he took in the giant hole in our neighbor's fence and the wreckage of both yards. He yelled, "You crashed into everything. Our neighbor's going to sue us." Then the neighbor burst out of his house, throwing his hands in the air, and my stomach dropped. But our neighbor was grinning. "You finally took down that ugly fence. I've been begging my wife to let me take it down for years." I felt relieved, but my dad's jaw was still clenched like he was about to explode, so I braced.
Alright guys, so we gotta I gotta feed my cat real quick. Alright. Her food bowl has food in it. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Oh yeah, maybe. I realized I forgot to turn this mic off. Oh, continue the video.
Braced myself, but then he looked around at the lawn, and somehow, while spinning in circles, the grass was actually cut. I whispered, "Your new lawnmower sucks." My dad pointed at his brand new
And then he got a mega whooping.
My friend turned to me at the lockers. "Okay, dude, it's lunchtime, and you're going to see your crush Sienna. Please don't fumble this." I buried my head in my hands. "Dude, I never know what to say." Mike took his AirPods out and handed me one. "Okay."
don't know what to say. Just learn what to say.
Okay, I'm going to go to the yard, listen to what's going on, and tell you exactly what to say, word for word. Got it? I fist bumped him. Got it. Thanks, bro. I found Sienna alone at a lunch table and sat down beside her, pretending not to feel nervous. Mike's voice crackled in my ear. Tell her that you really like her nails because they match her purse. I said it word for word, and Sienna's mouth cracked into a smile. I didn't know guys actually noticed stuff like that. Mike cackled like he was an evil genius. Perfect. Now look her in the eyes, crack her a half smile, and ask her what she's doing this weekend. I did, and she twirled her hair nervously. Why? Did you want to do something together? I opened my mouth to speak, but Mike wasn't saying anything. For 5 seconds, we were completely silent, and sweat started dripping down my forehead because I could feel myself starting to fumble the bag. Suddenly, Mike started screaming.
Don't fumble the bag! Don't fumble the bag!
What is that? Ew! Get off of me! I was so used to copying what he said that I instantly repeated the words. What is that? Get off of me! I said calmly. I kept repeating what Mike was saying. I am not scared of you. I will end your whole family. For a few seconds, it was completely silent. Then Mike broke the silence. Sorry, bro. I just got attacked by a wasp.
Bro got the bag fumbled all because of a wasp.
That's when I tore the AirPod out and stared at her in disbelief, realizing what I just said. Sienna doubled over, laughing so hard tears were streaming down her face. I buried my head in my hands. I'm sorry, I have no riz. I showed her the AirPod. My boy's been telling me everything to say, and I think he just got attacked by a wasp. Sienna wiped her eyes.
You think? He literally told you he got attacked by a wasp.
Loved it. She grabbed my phone off the table. Saturday, pick me up and leave the AirPod at home. She winked. Don't fumble this. My friend turned to me at the lockers.
Damn, bro bagged her, I think. I think that's the term. I don't really know.
I opened my door and found my boy on the porch in head-to-toe pink running gear. Care to join me? He was
Did he switch teams?
stretching like he was someone who worked out regularly. I laughed in his face. Dude, last week you told me working out was for people
Also, why does he have fangs? Is he a vampire?
who hated themselves. What changed? But then I saw the woman's hair tie on his wrist, and I knew it was all for a girl. He was stretching when he said, "You should pull up to my marathon in 2 weeks." I wiped my eyes. Bruh, ain't no way you survived 26 miles. You've been running for like a day. He straightened up slowly, still
If he's that jacked, how can he, why is
gasping for air. Right, pull up then, we'll see. 2 weeks later, I pulled up with a sign that said, "Love is worth it," and looked out into the crowd to see if Gizmo was actually going through with
Gizmo? That rings a bell. Isn't this Prisma. His name's Prisma. Oh. Very similar name, though. I thought it was Gizmo, to be honest. I didn't know it was Prismo. Anyways, continue.
this. I found him in the middle of them, still in pink, standing next to the blonde girl, and I needed to see if this running riz would actually work for him. But when I walked over, he was already bent over, gasping for air. "Gizmo, you good? You haven't even started yet." He held up his index finger, too winded to answer. The gun went off, the crowd surged, and he shuffled to the very back of the pack in his little pink shorts. By mile 13, he staggered past, clutching his side, face gone gray, and
then he fell down dead.
I actually thought that was it for him, but he spotted my sign, threw me a shaking thumbs up, and kept shuffling. Almost 9 hours later, he was the last one standing, and he collapsed right before the finish line. He was too tired to get up, and had to shimmy his body like a snail just to officially cross it. The girl ran over cheering as I jogged up grinning. Gizmo looked up at me with a fist pumped in the air. "Told you, it'd be worth it." He looked her dead in the eye. "You want to get dinner sometime?" Her smile went stiff, and she let go of his hand. "Oh, Gizmo, I'm gay." She winced. "I'm so sorry. I thought you knew." My laugh died in my throat. Gizmo knelt there in his soaked pink shirt, metal swinging from his neck, staring at the finish line. I'd sworn he'd never survive it, and I was right, just not about the marathon. I opened my door.
And damn, she gay, which means he fumbled the bat. He did not get the girl.